Ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely appreciating all those electronic huddles that we see around the zones of engagement at the partner booths. Keep the momentum absolutely on. And with the tweets coming in, I'll also be happy to share some of the tweets, the relevant tweets, the subject matter focused tweets in a bit as well. But right now, as I said, we will weave the data fabric into hybrid multi-cloud. And this session would be spearheaded by Paul Burton, the General Manager from IBM Asia Pacific. Paul, it's over to you.
Hello, and to all of you, welcome. Digital transformation has been a priority for every business across every industry around the globe. But as it has become ubiquitous, we can now see it give way to a phenomenon that may be better described as digital reinvention. Modern technologies and operating models now dominate enterprise environments. We see this as organizations embrace hybrid, multi-cloud computing environments characterized by on-premise data centers integrating with public or private clouds. This is a level of complexity beyond your vanilla transformation from days past. In this environment, as companies look to exploit their data, they're challenged by a sprawl of data across disparate repositories, locations, clouds, and in many cases, vendors. In addition, as enterprises seek to connect and deliver data from hybrid, multi-cloud, and multi-vendor sources, they must adhere to regulatory compliance and policy reinforcement guidelines across different jurisdictions. So let's start with the importance of data to innovation. Research shows that in most organizations, 2/3 of data is simply not analyzed, much less exploited, while 82% of enterprises are burdened by siloed data that frustrates any exploitation at all. While we know that most organizations are interested in the exploitation and governance of data and data assets across the enterprise, some questions merit a more thoughtful consideration. For example, is your data strategy established to drive your business strategy? Does your infrastructure support the democratization of data? Does your technology infrastructure have the elements necessary to support a data-driven organizational culture? Is your organization using its data to maximize competitive advantage? As you think through these questions, let's examine some statistics that underscore the significance of leveraging data to maximize competitive advantage. On the screen to the right, you will see that a data-driven organization outperforms its peers in every key area. For example, data-driven organizations are 165% more likely to outperform others in terms of profitability. 163% are more likely to outperform others in terms of revenue growth. If you look to the left, you will see the additional proof points that further highlight the competitive advantage that is derived from using data to maximize an organization's performance. The value derived from reducing barriers that inhibit data exploitation can be great. Imagine, what if all enterprise data was analyzed? What if time spent cleansing data is reduced by 90%? What if data quality issues simply disappear? What if all enterprise data is available to anyone authorized to access it? What if all of these things were true? These things are so important because consuming data is at the heart of enterprise learning. And of course, without enterprise learning, there is no digital transformation. With this in mind, let me suggest to you that whatever enterprise learns the fastest, they will evolve the fastest, and they will be the most competitive, much more competitive than their peers over the long term. So let me ask you plainly and simply, what's your enterprise learning strategy? This might be the most important question a CEO can answer. Now let's talk about the woolly mammoth in the room, hybrid multi-cloud. Hybrid multi-cloud is a reality for most enterprises, and of course, if it's not implemented or done well, it increases an organization's complexity of operation and cost. A hybrid multi-cloud environment means that organizations have distributed data stores that span environments as well as locations. The implication of this is an associated increase in governance risk, the added cloud costs resulting from data movement and migration, as well as the challenge of processing data across the distributed landscape itself. Finally, it's important to address data centralization, because while this solves the scaling issue of a point-to-point approach, it creates other costs and complexities. For example, the cost to copy, store, and synchronize data over time and space, which increases non-linearly with the addition of each new data source. I believe we have established that learning organizations need to be data-driven and that there are challenges inhibiting the exploitation of data. So let's examine a solution that enables organizations to better exploit all of their data. The growing data landscape, combined with the distribution of data across hybrid multi-cloud environments, demands a new approach to the way we architect and construct data environments. Ultimately, the goal is to give the right people the right access to the right data from anywhere, rather than collect all data in one place or implement rigid interfaces between data sources to facilitate access. This solution required is a data fabric. A data fabric is not a single product or a single technology. A data fabric is foremost an emerging data management philosophy and architecture, which through the utilization of advanced technology accelerates ubiquitous data access and delivery. So what is IBM's vision for a data fabric? What is our approach? IBM's data fabric solution is delivered by IBM's Cloud Pak for Data. With its hybrid multi-cloud and elastic service-based architecture, Cloud Pak for Data creates an ideal architectural foundation for a data environment as it supports highly flexible deployments, as well as the type of distributed execution that modern data fabrics demand. There are 4 use cases, or entry points, that implicate IBM's data fabric. These 4 use cases are constructed from capabilities that implicate common challenges that clients are addressing in the data management arena. First, data governance and privacy. Create a trusted and protected business-ready analytics and AI foundation. Second, multi-cloud data integration. Simplify access to decentralized data. Third, Customer 360. Create a fit-for-purpose, comprehensive view of a customer entity. And finally, ML Ops, trustworthy AI, operationally AI with governed data. No matter where your enterprise is in its journey, we have the technology and expertise to help you reach your destination. Let's create a data fabric instead of data silos. Let's create an enterprise that learns at velocity and scale because it effectively consumes and exploits all of its data. Let's create a competitive advantage that endures. Together, we can create the future. With that, I would like to thank you for attending the IBM Data Fabric session. Have a wonderful rest of the conference.
Paul, thank you very, very much. And here's to creating things more worthwhile. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. I'm sure that was worthwhile for everybody listening. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that our tech brainiacs are right here. They are backstage, and they are going to bring conversations around how cloud strategy could be a key enabler for digital transformation. It's going to be a panel discussion. Just stay right there. I will just loop them in.